think this is is the best department, I think, in New Jersey, my opinion. I'm sure other people argue that, and probably in the country. One of the things that makes us that is where we started. We started here in 1966. And I think it's important that we recognize the fact of where we started and where we are today. And I think history is an important component of the police department. It connects us to the people that came before us. We hold responsibility to them to keep working, to keep what they started moving forward. It also keeps us connected to people that are going to be coming after us and what we owe to them to build this department as best as we can, so then they're ready to take it further than we ever could, because probably Nick would say, back then you wouldn't think we're here today.
Absolutely.
So it's an important component. I know down there we have the picture of the original officers watching you guys when you walk in and out of the department. This is another component of that. This is the first uniform that the department had, gunmetal gray. It's the uniform I started in. So I'm privileged to be able to wear it for a few years before Joe Cornelli switched us to the light gray uniform, which was a whole different animal. But this is an important component. The other important component of this is this uniform does belong to Nick's family. So, you know, law enforcement is a family profession. Like this is theirs, and they thought enough of this department to allow it to hang here. So we appreciate that and thank you guys for that. So I guess without further ado, why don't we unveil the uniform? Yeah, don't pull the thing up the wall.
Wow. Very nice, very nice. Thank you guys.
So yeah, Nick, that's whatever you want to say. It's your time.
Yeah. Why does it look so big?
We had it enlarged.
It's the glass. It's the glass. My wife just threw me under the bus. But no, in my wildest dream, I never thought 56 years ago I'd be standing here doing this. And of the original 7 guys, there's only 2 of us left. The others have passed. Many of us have worn this uniform, and we were constantly asked about the uniform, and people loved our uniform at that time. Things have changed, hats changed. We went from the sheriff's hat to the drill instructor's hat, and then we went to it looked similar to a bus driver's hat.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It was,
but which didn't last long because we were all screened.
Yeah.
And we went to the trooper style hat, which is similar to what you guys wear now, only it was in gray. But one of the things I think only Walt and I discussed it with Captain Scott, was the belt buckle.
Yes, sir, and there's a story. Why don't you tell that?
There's a story about the belt buckle, and nobody knew this until I let that out of the bag a couple of years ago. That belt buckle was gifted to me when I made chief. If you look at it and you go Google General Patton's belt buckle, it's the same. And I wore it all those years, and nobody ever realized that what it was. I was always been very interested in World War II generals and things like that. Read about them all the time, and that was something I did. Nobody caught on to it till, like I say, till I said something about it. But I can't thank Chief Miller, Captain Scott, and the staff for what they've done. You know, this is an honor. It's an honor to have it here with the rest of you folks. I'll always be connected to this department. I've never turned away. Somebody said when you retire, don't look over your shoulder. I never stopped looking. And like I said, I feel that, and I'm worried about you folks, just like the chief does, to make sure that nothing happens to you. And if nobody else knows about this, I still have blood here. He's standing right there. Sergeant Weiss. We share grandparent, your grandparent, and my dad. So I'm still here. But thank you all. I just can't thank everybody enough for this. This is This is amazing. I went to Pat and I said to her, after talking to Captain Scott, I got one uniform left. What do you think? I explained what they wanted to do, and I called my daughter Kim, and because it would be passed to her, and both of them said no. This is where they want it to be. There was one other uniform, a story nobody else has heard about with the uniform. Many years ago, somebody that Chris knew, where the hell is Chris at? Chris is back there. Dr. Chow from the forensic lab at the Burlington County Police Academy. He was retiring, and he's retiring back to Taiwan. And he said, Nick, he said, I'd like to have one of your uniforms to display at the Police Academy in Taiwan. So the other chief's uniform is in Taiwan now. I'm just looking for donations to get the chance to go over and see it. But no, I can't thank you enough. And I know the family, this means a lot to all of us. And Captain Scott, where you at? I got a lot of stuff for you, because I don't think Kim wants all those newspaper articles unless she's putting a wallpaper around. But he's constantly on me about memorabilia from the past, of which I have a lot. And but I will be gifting that all to the department. So.
And also, to let you know, we're getting the light gray shirt. We're going to have that mounted on one side, and then the black one here. Then we'll have a little, plaque here to say that these are the 3 uniforms that have been worn in the department over the history. So this is centered for a reason, because there's going to be 2 accompanying on each side. So we look forward to that as well. And just one last thing, like I've worked here in this department longer than anyone else. I never was a police officer with Nick, so he's been retired longer than I've been here, but he's never lost his connection. And for the retired guys, that's rare. So I often say, like, when I grow up, I want to be Nick, and it's that. I want to be able to come back.
No, you do.
Yes, I do. So thanks, Nick. Chris, anything?